Today I am going to explain a movie called Bloodlust Beauty
from 2019. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care, and I hope you enjoy it. At the beginning of the movie, we saw a girl named Maryam, and her husband Roy was talking to his business partner on the phone so that he could get the project. Nowadays, Roy's financial situation was not so great, and that's why he was not treating Maryam very well. On the other side, we saw a painter named Yudha. He asked the hotel owner about the address of his new house. The owner of the hotel showed him the address, and then Yudha went there. After reaching there, he was trying to paint something, but he had no idea about what he should draw. And suddenly, Yudha saw Maryam. She was looking so beautiful in a red dress. Yudha went after her. On the other side, we saw Maryam's husband, Roy. He went to a guy named Ozzy. Ozzy was a gangster, and he had a business of providing loans. But when someone didn't return his money on time, he would torture them very badly or he would kill them. Roy was also in debt to Ozzy, but instead of giving the money back, he asked for more money. He told him that if I can get this project, then I will return your money with interest. Roy agreed with him and gave him his boss's money, and threatened him to return the money in time. Maryam went to her dad's grave and started to cry in her dad's memory. When Maryam went back home, Yudha went there after her, and he started to draw her secretly, because a beautiful girl like Maryam was the perfect model for his painting. Maryam noticed Yudha and suddenly went there and caught him red-handed. She asked him, "How are you drawing my portrait without my permission?" Yudha said sorry to her and said that I'm a painter. I couldn't figure out what I should draw, but then I saw you, and I thought that you were the perfect model for my painting. Maryam forgave him since he was a painter and asked him to make a painting of herself and her dad. Yudha agreed with her, but when Maryam told him that I need my husband's permission for this, we saw that Yudha became a little upset because he had no idea that Maryam was married. In the evening, when Roy came back home, Maryam asked him for permission to make the paintings. But Roy told her that we're already in a financial problem, and you want to make a painting at this time? Have you gone mad? But when Maryam told him that the painter would make those paintings for free, then Roy gave her permission without any hesitation. The next day, Maryam went to the painter's house, and then she gave him a photo of her dad to make his painting, and told him that her father was such a good man and he had so much respect for women. He also taught me self-defense. After that, Maryam begins to spend more and more time with Yudha, so that Yudha could make a good painting of her. One day, Roy called his house and asked the maid about Maryam. She told him that Maryam went to the painter to make those paintings. After hearing this, Roy started to have a doubt that his wife must be cheating on him, and that's why he was about to come back home early. But then the men of Ozzy came there and put him into the car and took him to their boss. Ozzy punched him in the face and asked him to return the money. Roy immediately called his partner and asked him if they got the project or not. His partner told him that the project had been canceled, and some of our colleagues have been arrested by the police. Then we saw that the police were outside of Roy's partner's house, which means they've come to arrest him as well. Roy became so shocked after hearing this, and Ozzy realized that his project had been canceled. Ozzy became so angry and he was about to cut off Roy's fingers, but then Roy stopped him and told him that I'll sell my house and return your money. But the problem is this house was in Maryam's name, and now Roy just needs to convince Maryam, and that's why Ozzy gave him another chance. On the other side, we saw that Maryam was putting the painting of her father and herself on the wall. But then we saw someone else in the house, and he was spying on Maryam. Then suddenly, Maryam found the beheaded head of her cat on the dining table. She got so scared and started to scream loudly. She loved that cat so much. Yudha heard her scream and came to the house. He tried to calm her down, but then the maid saw them together, and that's why Maryam told Yudha to get out of there, because this could lead to a misunderstanding between her and her husband. When Roy came back home, Maryam told him that I found the head of our cat on the dining table. Roy was also so shocked after hearing this. He told her that we should sell this house. Maryam got so shocked after hearing this and told him that this house is the only memory of my father, and I will never sell this house. Then Roy asked her if she wanted to see his head on that table tomorrow, and we realized that Ozzy's man killed the cat, so that Maryam would easily agree to sell the house. But Maryam didn't agree with him. Then Roy told her that you're cheating on me with that painter, and that's why you don't care about me at all. After saying this, Roy left the house and informed Ozzy that Maryam is not agreeing on selling the house. After hearing this, Ozzy told him if Maryam dies, then the property will be yours. Roy was so angry, and he also had a doubt that his wife and the painter were in a relationship, and that's why he told Ozzy to kill his own wife, and made a plan so that the painter will get arrested for his wife's murder. After that, Ozzy kidnapped Yudha and Maryam. On the other side, Roy was recalling the memories of Maryam, and now he was feeling guilty about his decision. That's why he realized that whatever he had done to Maryam was so wrong. Then he called Ozzy and canceled the plan of killing his wife. Roy also told him not to do anything to his wife, but since Ozzy was not a good guy, he gave Maryam to his men. All of his men raped Maryam one by one, but Maryam knew self-defense because of her dad. Therefore, she hit them and tried to run away from there. Ozzy was also torturing Yudha, but somehow he also freed himself and helped Maryam to run away from there. But one of Ozzy's men stabbed him with a knife, and he became injured. On the other side, Maryam went to the bridge while running. She asked from a car, but that was Ozzy's car. And after some time, all of Ozzy's men came here as well. They stabbed her with a knife and pushed her down from the bridge. But Yudha was the witness of this murder. Yudha told everything to the police, but the police couldn't find her body anywhere, and that's why they started to blame him for the murder. On the other side, we saw Roy. He was sleeping. Suddenly, he heard a cat noise, and he woke up. When he went downstairs, he found his dead cat. His whole body was covered in blood, and then he saw the beheaded head of Maryam on the table. He got so scared, and suddenly he woke up. But then he again got into the nightmare, and in this nightmare, Maryam was scaring him, and just like before, he again woke up from his sleep, and again saw Maryam, and he got very sick. Meanwhile, the villagers were talking about Maryam's soul on the bridge. On the other side, Roy was waiting for the death certificate of Maryam, so that he could sell the house and return Ozzy's money. And then we saw that Maryam seduced a man of Ozzy and took him to the bridge. He was so drunk. After that, she killed him. Just like that, she killed another man of Ozzy to take revenge. Yudha was also having nightmares. He saw that Maryam was trying to kill him, and then suddenly he woke up. The next morning, they found 2 dead bodies on the bridge, and Maryam killed them last night. The villagers were talking about Maryam's soul. Ozzy's men were also scared since 2 of their friends had died. But Ozzy told them that there's no such thing as a ghost, and we don't have to be scared. Yudha was also talking to the villagers about her ghost. The villagers believe that after the murder, Maryam had become so powerful as a ghost, and she's taking revenge on the people who killed her. But Yudha told them that Maryam was such a nice girl and she could not kill these men like this. Another night, Maryam killed another man of Ozzy, and when the other guy tried to go outside, Maryam cut his throat with her power. When Ozzy came back and saw the dead bodies of his men, he got so scared. The last of his men ran away from there. While he was running away, Maryam also killed him. On the other side, Ozzy went to Yudha's house to save his life, because he believed that if he stays with Yudha, then Maryam will not harm him. And he told Yudha that Roy ordered me to kill Maryam, so that he could sell the house and I could get the money back. After hearing this, Yudha became so mad at him, and he locked Ozzy in his house and went to Roy. He tried to make him tell the truth. He told him to accept his guilt, but Roy didn't want to go to jail, and that's why he started to break stuff and screamed loudly so that all the people would think Yudha had killed them all, and now he came here to kill him as well. After hearing the noise and screaming, the villagers came to Roy's house, and they went back with Yudha. Yudha told them that Roy kidnapped me and Maryam with the help of Ozzy, and then they killed Maryam. Yudha took them to his home to make them believe him, but when he went to his house, he saw that the door was already open, and Ozzy's dead body was hanging from the ceiling. All the people started to have doubts about Yudha, but he told them that if I'd killed him, then I would never take you all to my house. But none of them listened to him. Therefore, Yudha tricked them and ran away. The next day, the police went to Roy's house to protect him, so that Yudha wouldn't attack him anymore. At night, Roy saw that Maryam was inside the house. He got so scared and came outside. He told it to the police, and the police went to his bedroom to check. And then the boss of Ozzy kidnapped him. The name of his boss was Khotan. He told him that I've given that money to Ozzy, and he gave that money to you. And now since he is dead, it's your responsibility to return the money. And if you don't do this, then I will kill your family right now. Your mom and your sister will also be part of this. After that, Roy went to that bridge with Khotan's men and an exorcist to get rid of Maryam's ghost. The exorcist started the exorcism, and Maryam came to the bridge. But he couldn't do any harm to Maryam. He told them that this soul is so powerful, and then the exorcist ran away from there. And then Khotan's men began to shoot Maryam, but Maryam cut his throat with his own knife. Roy was so scared to see this, and began to say sorry to her. Meanwhile, Yudha also came there and stopped Maryam. He told her that I know you haven't died yet. You're still alive. You went to a house by the river and planned to kill everyone and take your revenge. Since your dad was a member of the Special Force, he taught you everything about self-defense, and you had no option but to become a ghost. The whole village is scared of you, and that made it easy for you to take your revenge. After knowing this, Roy said sorry to her. He told her that when I found out you had an affair with this painter, I couldn't help myself, and I told Ozzy to kill both of you. But still, I love you a lot, and I tried so much so that Ozzy doesn't kill you, but it was too late. Yudha told him that there's nothing between us. Maryam always respected your love, and she cannot even think about cheating on you. Roy said that I know Maryam deserves so much better than me, and if she wants, then she can kill me right now. I love her a lot. Maryam started to cry after hearing this and dropped the knife. Roy hugged her and told her that they will start their life from the beginning. But then Khotan's men hit Yudha in his head. But before he could kill him, Maryam threw that knife into his chest and he died. But then Roy stabbed Maryam from the back and told her that he loves her, but he needs to kill her for his family, because the life of his family members was in danger. Yudha became so angry and killed Roy with that stone, and then Maryam died in Yudha's lap. Yudha dropped her dead body into the river and surrendered himself to the police. Yudha got arrested, and we saw that Khotan got his hand on Maryam's house. But now Maryam has become a real ghost. She killed him and all of his men, and at the end of the movie, we saw that Ozzy had also become a ghost, and he was scaring the women who were crossing the bridge. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below.